Alright, so we're working with spark plugs today. I know a couple people have been asking about spark plugs, so kind of is time for me to get them done on my vehicle anyways. I don't know when the last time they were done, but I do need them done, probably. So we're going to be looking at a couple things that we're going to be needing. This one is an actual specific spark plug. You can tell by the different points in there. So a triple square, snap-on 14, and S9714 MK for the part number. That's for the spark plugs. We'll also be needing an E8 for the ignition coils. So I do have a swivel on there right now. Let's break those loose. So hopefully you guys can see this. I got a new headband holding the camera today, so they don't come all the way out, the E8s. Then we have this little cover for the high pressure fuel pump. I just moved that back out of the way. Let me get down there with that E8 for the second ones. Break them loose and bang, bang. And then one more. It is recommended to do this while the vehicle is cooled down. This one's a little bit hotter. Plus the 3-cylinder to the 4-cylinder. The Countrymans have this bracket across that is kind of annoying when it comes to this job, but we can work around it. So while we're looking at this, we already got the ignition coils unbolted. All you got to do with it not so hot, hopefully you guys aren't doing this hot, just pull up, you hear that little pop, and then just hang the ignition coil to the side. So let me go just very gently lift up till they all pop out like that, and bring them down. Hopefully you'll remember 1, 2, 3, and then the fourth one as well if you have the 4 cylinders. Straight up, and then bring it straight down right here. So now we'll be working with the, like I said, that triple square 12 point, whatever you like to call it. Bring it down there. You can use hand tools if you'd like. Break it loose. This is the tricky part with your tools, and this stupid bar that's in the way is getting it all the way out without it hitting that bar, because you still need room to remove it. Okay, this guy gets in the way sometimes. A magnet is very helpful during this one. Just bring it up. Oof, they have been worn. A lot of blow by. So, yep, good time to get that one. These done right now. They do actually have ones that have swivels on there, so you're able to get it in there and out. But like I said, if you don't want to remove that bar, you don't have to. I didn't bring all my tools home from work for this. And then yeah, you don't have to disconnect the coil wiring. One extra step, you can if you want, but then again, kind of does make it a little harder to remember which one went to 3 or 4 if you don't have one of these little things to show you what's number 3 like it came off of. But just Same with this one. Oh. There. That one too. Hot, hot, hot. A little bit more. Time to go back in. Here's a part number for reference. Just double check with what vehicle you have. I believe they're all the same for the 3-cylinder, 4 cylinders. Good thing about the box as well is it does tell you the torque specs on there. So 23 Newton meters plus or minus 3 Newton meters. So, and then this is the new one. I like to just hold it, and then I don't drop it down into the spark plug cylinder. I just actually kind of put my finger down in there until I kind of get it to the very bottom, and then I can release it. People say if you just throw them down the cylinders, you can probably mess up that gap on there because they come pre-gapped already. So just let your finger go all the way down there. Third one. All right. Starting by hand. Always recommending starting them by hand. Oops. So, put that down, start it by hand. I like to go all the way down with them just so I know that there it goes, tight. Instead of having to take the ratchet off, put the ratchet on, you can spin them all the way down by hand. There you go. Some of the 4 cylinders, the O2 sensor connectors right here, they're kind of in the way for removing the ignition coil, these little E8s. So just be aware that sometimes you will have to remove out that. And then some of them on the 4 cylinders, this vent hose is also in the way, so I like to just pinch, hopefully you guys can see the little notch, pinch those two and then remove that hose so it kind of has a little bit of play out of the way to be able to get to that 4th cylinder or ignition coil. My little guy that I have, so it's already set to 25 Newton meters. That's where I have the drain plugs for these B motors. The drain plugs are 25 Newton meters with an aluminum pan. If you over tighten them, you can strip out. So 24 on that guy. Like I said, we can go up to 26 Newton meters with that plus or minus. 23 is spec, so as long as you don't go too tight. There you go. And then just to double check, I know we already did it on camera, but yep. Yep. Beautiful. That's what we like to see. So, all that to the side. Remember, this one was number 3. Stick it down into that hole, and this guy will follow. Try not to mix these up. I don't think I've ever done it or seen anybody do it. Look to the side, make sure that that screw is going right into that valve cover bolt. Finger tight, like I always recommend. This guy going down. Make sure that that screw goes into where it needs to be. Since it is a brass threads, those can cross thread. You know, heard me in previous videos not to cross thread things. That's why you'll always see me kind of start things by hand, at least. So this one does have a swivel for the 1/4 inch. Make sure that's going to tight. I don't know the torque specs on these, but they shouldn't be tight. They should just be snug. And I'm really curious to see how the camera is seeing with this headband on, especially with this bar in the way. But if you're seeing what I'm seeing, that's pretty much about it for spark plugs. I don't know what that thing says. It's in different languages, all kinds of different languages. So I just put it back where it needs to be. Make sure this is properly seated on top of the high pressure fuel pump. You'll see those 2 wires go with that, and that just sits down straight. That's it. That's a spark plug job. I know a couple people were asking about how to do spark plugs.